Railroad Street. I'm sure that street name would ring a bell to many, huh? Well, many who know the downtown Brampton corridor well. Well, in fact, that's where we are today. Dead smack in the middle of the major downtown Brampton corridor at the major downtown Brampton go/via station. This crossing here is actually the double-tracked Mill Street crossing for the major Metrolink/CN Halton subdivision. Yep. And as I just pointed out, this street here is actually known as Railroad Street. And actually, just a block down, only a block down, we actually got another set of railroad tracks that actually crosses Railroad Street. But unfortunately, that line is fully decommissioned as of December the 17th, 2021. That's now the abandoned Orangeville Brampton Railway short line. Why not have a look? Right here, this track here is now officially the abandoned Orangeville Brampton Railway short line. It crossed the major double-tracked CN Halton subdivision right here. This also was a one-way low-speed diamond, but it crossed the major Halton subdivision and well-known Railroad Street to continue on 8 more miles south of here to eventually reach the CP Golf Sub in Mississauga. And if we were to follow this line north, 28 miles north of here, it eventually ended up in the township of Orangeville, Ontario, who owned this short line. And generally, the train would run 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Fridays, to interchange freight with CP for their last few industries who utilized the rail. But as of December 2021, the Orangeville municipality simply decided they no longer wished to keep their rail line in service, their local short line. So they shut down operations, and the last train from Orangeville ran on December the 17th of 2021. That was the last train from Orangeville to ever run on this rail line. And since then, no more trains have ever run through here. If we were to look at the rails, note the rust, oh yeah. We can clearly see that nothing has been through here recently. Yep. And actually, I don't think the diamond's going to be here much longer. They're looking to convert this rail line into a walking trail very soon. Probably beginning this coming spring or summer. And actually, the municipality of Brampton, who recently purchased the railway right-of-way just south of the diamond, south of the Halton Sub Diamond, they actually plan to redevelop this whole area here into a nice downtown parkette for their new high-rise condos or apartments coming at 45 Railroad Street. I can already see that they have some equipment. I guess they already have some equipment getting ready for the project to redevelop the land, but yeah, the rail line sure isn't going to be here much longer at all. It's going to be coming up very soon. Won't be here much longer at all. Yeah, note their equipment there. They're planning to redevelop this land and rip up the line very soon. Now we are on the other side of the well-known Railroad Street crossing. And when we look at the tracks from this angle, when we look close, oh yeah, we can sure see the rust, can't we? Yep, we can sure see the rust here. And I'm sure maybe even by this coming fall, it'll be tough to tell that the rail line even existed. For all we know, maybe even by this coming fall, it'll be hard to tell the rail line was here. Here is the Park Street crossing, which is the next crossing down from the Railroad Street crossing. And the signals for the Halton Sub are still here. They're actually still active also, but will never go green again. And probably only a matter of weeks left before they're removed, quite likely. And when we look this way, there was the very old, long but disused Brampton siding. I think this area here also will be a parkette also, this whole area, for the new condos. Someone actually flipped the D-rail up here also in the long disused Brampton siding. I guess that's once again another sign right there that these tracks will be coming up very soon. And finally, I guess the last crossing I'm going to film at for now in this video today is also another well-known crossing in downtown Brampton along this line. This here was the double-tracked Nelson Street crossing. Note the signals and Railroad Street down there, but people like to film here also. So just thought that maybe I should briefly show this scene also on this day. The well-known Nelson Street crossing. And when we look this way, when we look south, yep, when we look south, there's the Queen Street crossing in the distance, exiting downtown Brampton. But yes, this line is it's abandoned now, and will be coming up pretty soon, I'm sure. Wow, actually, thought I should go just one more crossing down and show you guys the scene at the 4-lane Queen Street crossing. Yeah, this is the Queen Street crossing in downtown Brampton. And now here's the OBRY tracks exiting downtown. But yes, one of the busiest streets in town right here. Queen Street. And once again, as I said, I'm not sure how exactly the whole layout's going to work for the new parkette, but I'm sure the scene will look very different from the diamond all the way to here at Queen Street. The whole area of land I showed you in this video is going to look very different, I'm sure, in just a couple years. Going to look very different. So there is the abandoned OBRY line in downtown Brampton. Yep, I'm sure it'll be coming up very soon. And for now, I guess maybe I should show you the Halton Sub Trains I seen today going across the Halton Sub Diamond while it's still here. But if you want to stick around until the end, on well-known Railroad Street, there actually used to be another railroad crossing down here for the abandoned Dixie Cup Railway Spur, which I'll be showing off towards the end if you want to stick around. So here's the Halton Sub Trains I seen today. Okay, so we are about 2 to 3 blocks from the well-known OBRY crossing on Railroad Street. And right here where I am standing is where the Dixie Cup Railway Spur once ran back in the day. The other crossing along well-known Railroad Street. Dixie Cup Railway Spur branched off the Halton Sub Line right there and ran right through here, right down there for a few blocks before eventually ending up at the old Downtown Brampton Dixie Cup factory. Why not I show you a quick little street view from Google Maps quickly. And yes, there was the old Dixie Cup Railway Spur. Ran south here for a couple blocks to service the old Dixie Cup factory, which is closed down now. Right here, this is a well-known Nelson Street once again, but the spur ended up right here to service the old Dixie Cup factory in downtown Brampton. It came that way, parallel to Hager Avenue, to end up right in here, where they would receive fairly common boxcars up until about the mid-2000s. Yes, right here. Guess I'll show you a street view now. But yes, this is where the Dixie Cup Railway Spur ended up back in the day. Came right down here. The Dixie Cup factory stopped receiving the occasional boxcar loads, I think, early in 2007. The switch connecting the spur to the main line was removed in 2008. And the rest of the short spur was all pulled up by the end of 2012. Yeah, this was the Dixie Cup Railway Spur. Factory's closed down now. Kind of wonder what's going to eventually become of this location here, but thought a couple of you may find that interesting, if you may remember this spur from yourself. And just one last thing before I go today. With the new high-rise apartment / condos, I'm sure you can note the original old downtown Brampton building that's being renovated. But before this building got sold to the developer who is now working on the condos, anyone here remember the old little train shop? Yep, the old little train shop that actually resided right there in that building at 45 Railroad Street. It was a small little train shop, and they actually custom made models of the now abandoned Orangeville Brampton Railway short line locomotives. They custom made models before they unfortunately had to close down in 2009 when this building got sold to the developer who's working on the condos now. Anyone remember that place well or have any stories? If so, I'd love to hear in the comments below. I'd love to hear them if you had any.